but we're not doing character quests right now. Honestly. We're doing unvoiced quests tonight. That's the objective. The objective is unvoiced quests. 3 out of 4 curios are mystery. When did we... It isn't the infamous Trailblazer. Surely you are here to volunteer to the Curio Collection Squad, inspired by the direct Declaration of Retrieval. Revival? Revival. So you must be Wen Mingdal. Trailblazer, I've heard good things about you. Please excuse me for this informal reflection. Please allow me to introduce myself again. I am Wen Mingdal, head of the Herta Development of Implement Art. I'm also the Curio Collection Squad Leader, in charge of establishing safe areas in the base zone. Allow me to be frank. I'm currently troubled by the lack of human resources available for the Curio Collection Squad. There are 4 zones in the space station. With our current capacity, we can only take care of 1. If the situation persists, I wonder when we will achieve the objective we have set forth in the Declaration of Revival. After calming myself down and giving some thought, I've realized that recruiting external members may be the solution. While I was lingering on that thought, you began a conversation with me. What a pleasant coincidence. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to let me know. All right. What? Excuse me. Who is interrupting me? If it's the Xenohydro, then show yourself at once. So it's you, Trailblazer. You're also here to volunteer in the Curio Collection Squad? Well, don't come over here. Just say 1 or 2 words. You don't have to laugh like that. I'm doing voices. That's all. Doing unvoiced quests in Honkai right now. Sword get. Congrats. Okay. No abnormal watery sound in your pronunciation. Pulpitary reflexes normal. Perspiration reaction normal. All right. You can come over and touch me with your forehead. Xenohydro can't achieve this sort of likeness. Alas, lead was once again inconclusive. Even the recollection of curios is the top priority of the Declaration of Revival. Is proving to be difficult practice in practice. Xenohydro. As you know, since the establishment of the Herta Place Station, 5 departments have been established to focus on the collection and study of curios, including ecology, geopolitics, mysticism, geography, and implement arts. This monster invasion caused the loss of roughly half of the hundreds collections held by each department. They come in all kinds and shapes. Some are inactive and heartless. Some emit poison for no reason. Not to mention some biological types of curios that can plan their own escape, which is a real headache. There's a curio called the Xenohydro that has the ability to replicate the appearance of other people at will. This allows it to wreak havoc and confusion wherever it goes. It can easily assume various false identities. Curio Collection? Curio Collection Squad is an emergency team I put together. The team's mission is to support post-disaster reconstruction and ensure that all of its needs are met during this difficult time. As the name suggests, it's mainly responsible for collecting the curios that have been displaced due to the recent monster invasion. Declaration of Revival? Surely you must have heard of Miss Hinkle's famous Declaration of Revival, right? Our fellow researchers were slaughtered by monsters. Their lifeless forms were cold and woeful. Woeful. Alas, I can't recall this exact wording. After all, Miss Hinkle's style is unique and not easily imitatable. Well, you truly are a man of dedication, Mr. Wen. It's all because of that Xenohydro's trickery. This has been tormenting me to no end. That's why we had to have that conversation earlier. The squad's been searching for the Xenohydro for some time, but to no avail. A member of the squad named Abraham has even gone missing. Is it true what they say? When it rains, it pours? Is it the Abraham I know? Oh, you know him? He was recently transferred to the squad from Miss Hinkle's, always bumbling about. Life is but a path to death. That's right! He says that at least once out of every 5 sentences. According to the squad members, Abraham was last seen in the storage zone. Even though Abraham can be quite the downer, which has been a real torture to his college. We still can't leave him. Right now, all squad members are busy searching for missing curios. And I'll also have to handle the whole Xenohydro situation. So it's up to you to find Abraham. If you bring him back safely, the Department of Implant Arts will reward you quite handsomely. Alright, let's do that. Shot in the back. Oh my, he's surrounded. Today I'm going to get justice for Alfred. Whoa, whoa, don't come near to me. Go away. I wonder if I should take Trailblazer and flip him back to a defensive role. Not doing too much good in an offensive role right now. She's doing most of the work. I might change my party out. Could also put Himiko in. Yeah, let's put Himiko in. She's fun. Could also put a healer in. Could also put in Natasha. Well, she's not terribly strong right now. Should probably build up Natasha. You could also double down and put Asta in and have double buffs. Ooh, how broken would that be? Well, if I can ascend Natasha, I should focus on that. She doesn't even have proper relics. It's kind of a mess right now. Ongoing healing is what I've got on her right now. We'll do this at the Straightly Vanak or whatever. to spend some to do some enemies to get that one. But it's worth thinking about. For now, I guess I'll just leave it as it is. Since Trailblazer is not really doing much good. So, we're getting so much traction out of Sealy right now. Hey, did you notice that one of the monsters you just defeated had different body build? Even the joint on his left leg looked different from the others. Pretty sure that's what killed Alfred. I did it. I finally did it. I avenged Alfred. I had to gather up so much courage to come into Mr. Wen's errands, and who knew it would turn out to be an avenging trip? Is this fate? Mr. Wen said you were missing. Mr. Wen said I was missing, but he was the one that sent me here to fetch stuff for him. It makes no sense. Look, he also gave me this executive order. Notice of ad hoc transfer. Researcher Abraham of the Curio Collection Squad, former member of the Security Department, is hereby commissioned to retrieve a boxer with colored tortoise shell pattern from the Department of Implement Arts in the storage zone from Wen Mingle. The item can be found in the third aluminum cabinet on the left-hand side of the corridor. Wen Mingle is personally responsible for all consequences. The notice comes with immediate effect. Period of transfer for a while, I guess. Assigner, Wen Mingley. Assignee, Albergerham. See, this is the executive order that Mr. Wen personally gave me. It's a notice of an ad hoc transfer, all written in black and white, clear as day. So you actually believe that? The order was handed to me by Mr. Wen Mingle himself. It can't be a mistake. I still remember that his pupils will dilate, head covered in sweat, hands cold, and even his throat made a faint gurgling sound. He must have been really eager to get the curio so I could have to get this done for him. Let's go back and fetch this with Mr. Wen. I don't think that's a good idea. Mr. Wen personally gave me the task. I can't just go back without completing it first. Anyway, it's safe here. I'll get the curio soon. If you have any doubts, just take this transfer order, go back to Mr. Wen and mingle about it. Ugh, he's such an idiot. It was the doppelganger, not Mr. Wen, who gave it to him, obviously. But he doesn't know. Oh, no, there's two of them. Drop the act already. You dropped the act. We know it's you. You've been pretending to be me, deceiving everyone with your shenanigans. And now you have the audacity to stand here in front of me? Excuse me, who are you calling a fake? I was just standing here the whole time. You're the one who just appeared out of nowhere. I have a witness who can confirm that, so tell me. Who do you think looks suspicious? You or me? Now, everyone, the situation is clear as day. It's already well known that Xenohydro has been on the loose for a long time. Xenohydro can change its form and mimics others' appearance so perfectly it's virtually impossible to tell the difference. But I would never have thought this creature would be so bold, approaching us like this, trying to take my place. Don't try to steal my words. You accuse me of being a fake. Do you have any proof to back up your claim? What about your claim? Where's the evidence to support it? Trailblazer, you just arrived in time. What do you think? I might have a way to solve this. What is it then? Spit it out. I don't want to waste any more time with that thing. By the way, where's Abraham? Did you find him? And what's this transfer order in your hands? Retrieve the boxer-colored tortoiseshell pattern. You cheeky Xenohydra, how dare you use my identity to steal such a valuable curio? Now that the evidence is clear, it's time to end this. I suggest that Trailblazer make the call. I agree. Trailblazer, what do you say? Well, we should check the vital signs. We've done that already. The team has checked our pupils, sweat glands, voice, and body temperature. But perhaps the tension was simply too high to act normally. Our pupils were both dilated. We were both sweating profusely. Our voices were trembling, and our bodies were cold to the touch. Ugh, I wish I wasn't so worked up. Otherwise, it would have been easy to tell by now. Let's check the signature. Don't waste your time. The note signed Wen Mingy was obviously a blatant mockery of me by the Xenohydro. He can imitate my looks personally really well. I don't think that handwriting would be too difficult either. I've noticed both of us are carrying written orders for the team's daily attendance, which you can review at will. Well, then let's check the boxers. Those boxers are a curio and not to be worn. Not to mention, they're not my personal property. What's there to check? These boxers are clearly planted by the Xeno. When Mingo, the dignified leader of the Department of Intelligent Arts and head of the Curios Collecting Squad, will not allow the Xenohydro to mock me like this. Alright, well, that's that for now. Well, Trailblazer, what do you think? Try to dupe him. After so many questions, do you think you would have made up your choice, no? Don't think he has. Don't listen to him. It's up to the Trailblazer to make the call. Who's real and who's fake? The one on the right? You made the right choice. Hurry up and lock up the fake on the opposite side. Gurgle. I'm not the Xenohydro. Wait a minute. Did you hear him make that weird noise? Don't waste your time. Even Trailblazer knows you're fake. That's the watery, guttural sound unique to the Xenohydro. I got carried away. I never could have thought I'd fail at the last minute. Well, guess I got it right after all. Well, I guess I'll have to sort you out. Okay, just barely. Xenohydro's combat abilities have been neutralized. Everyone fall in the olive-shaped formation and use the central elevator as our starting point. Prepare for the collection process. Pay attention to anyone suspicious around you. There's a burst of chaotic activity. Everything was a blur, but something seems to be moving fast. The chaos gradually subsides. Fall in line and count. The numbers are right. Not one more, not one less. Last, the Xenohydro had escaped. We're so close. It's all my fault. Now how should I explain this to the lead researcher, Asta? Hey, we learned from our mistakes. It's imperative to set up a secret code within the squad to prevent the same farce from ever happening again. I'll report this to Miss Hinkle and ask her to assign more staff to apprehend the Xenohydro as soon as possible. Sorry to get you involved in this fuss. There's a little something for your trouble. It's not much. Please accept it. If you ever find the Xenohydro elsewhere, remember that the curio collection squad is always there. Don't try to fight it alone. Everyone, fall in. Might I take a moment of your time, Trailblazer? Any chance you're familiar with classical poems? I don't usually speak like this. Must have read too much poetry recently. I got an encrypted letter. It must be really good, because I can't understand a single word. You seem pretty smart, so please come back and help me out with this one as soon as you have time. Otherwise, sooner or later, I'll just die from the curiosity alone. Alright. Rasta would like to have a conversation. But yeah, doing some unvoiced quests. I have a lot of voiced quests that I just have, like, tabled, but I'm kind of enjoying these unvoiced ones. Oh, yeah. It's bound to happen, but it's okay. There'll be others, or if not, you could always IV reset it if you ever get one of those from the weekly missions. It's you. Thanks for helping out on the station. Did you encounter some problems? Are you all right? The Legion is gone and the curios are back. Various departments are returning to their research, and the newly imported goods from the galaxy are beginning to circulate. Everything is going smoothly with Project Revival. So, what exactly does this letter mean? I heard you were looking for me. Trailblazer, you're back. Just in time. Thanks to your help and everyone's hard work, the space station is pretty much back on its feet. As a conclusion to Project Revival, I wanted to summon you to witness the fruits of our labor. But just 2 days ago, I received a strange letter. Now that you're here, perhaps you can help me figure out what it is about. Upon the stars, that is where the talent and intellect reside, oblivious to the world as the envy becomes blinding. Who knew gentleness and kindness welcomed only pain and suffering, like the risk of falling to the depths when trying to mount the sky? An inquiry into that spirit traces, a glance into the site of storage. Even with iron shoes worn out unearthly, one has to visit the 3 depths. Better off alone than to be an accomplice. One day, as they turn around, a path will be lit by the radiance of the stars. Cryptologist from Locus and Lenti. I often hear the researchers praise you for your resourcefulness and a good judgment. What do you think? Any clue what this message is about? Seems like something from the Department of Implements Arts. Yes, the only researcher called Wen in the Department of Implement Arts would speak like that. However, it was a strange story how I got a hold of this letter in the beginning. It was sandwiched in a tome called A Guide to Astral Realm Species on the conference room table. Normally no one looks at it except for me. Obviously, someone wanted to hand this letter to me in private, so I didn't dare ask the staff in the Department of Implement Arts. Who is this cryptologist from Locus and Lenti? As far as I know, there is no one with this title in the space station. It must be an alias. But the identity of the writer is not what I am most concerned about. Spirit sounds particularly familiar. Spirit. Can it be the Xenohydro? Well done, Trailblazer. You just found the key to the text right away. Now everything makes sense. It seems this is no ordinary letter. It's from an informant. Their intention is to report on the Xenohydro. The Xenohydro has disappeared from the space station since it escaped Mr. Wen's hands. This letter seems to support the rumor that the Xenohydra was not caught because it has an accomplice. Look at this sentence. An inquiry into Spirt traces a glance into the site of storage. Is obviously leading us to investigate the Xenohydro's range of activities, and to be an accomplice implies the existence of an accomplice. As for the other 6 sentences, in my opinion, some depict the portrait of the accomplice, and some describe the real hiding place of the Xenohydro. Unfortunately, I have no idea as to interpret the rest of the message. Now that we're done with the other work, this letter falls into our hands just at the right moment. It's high time we put the Xenohydro issue back on the table. Trailblazer, what do you think? I'm with you all the way. Considering there may be a traitor among us, if I hand this case to our staff, we might alert the culprit. And Trailblazer, you're not a staff member. And you've also met the Xenohydro before. You really are the ideal candidate to handle this case. And if there is an accomplice involved, this matter is no longer a simple case of curio retrieval. It must be handled with caution. Therefore, I would ask you to go to the storage zone mentioned in the letter and verify the facts. If we can catch either the Xenohydro or the accomplice, then we'll be able to interrogate them. Then I can judge whether the accomplice motive is malicious or not. At this critical juncture, it's up to us to finally finish Project Revival. Let's head there and see what's there's to find. It says it's above me. Might have to take a different approach. See if I can one-hit this guy. Yep, I can. And done. Looks like we need to take the elevator up a level. You're gonna lurk. Stream for 3 hours tonight, and I gotta get up for work. Have a good start. Of course, thank you for the lurk. Appreciate you hanging out. Let's go to the second floor. Okay, what are we doing here? This is a safe zone. Okay. What do we have going on here? I've always been rather a magnanimous person. In fact, there's a chance for you to regain my favor, as long as you're willing to apologize for your behavior. I didn't do those things. If you want to deny the truth, Lamia, you're getting more and more dishonest. Let me help you remember. The mustard in my lunchbox, the big hole at the back of my uniform, and this boring letter in reply to the female researcher, aren't they your doing? It's true that I'm the only person who handled those things, but And when I was reporting to Miss Asta, you suddenly shouted, "Mr. Capote, it's too late. The Woobaloos are still waiting for you to play with them." And he made her think that I was colluding with curios and not doing my job. But I was just stating a fact. We should keep it between you and me. How many times have I told you that? You're just going against me on purpose. Forget it. I don't think you're going to repent at all. One day, when you're sick of this place and your future's gloomy, you will come crawling back to seek help from me. Just keep praying that by then I haven't replaced you with a Renoa or a Lena or Barbara or someone else. That was weird. Lamina. When can I come, Baver? Oh, it's the Trailblazer, the hero of the space station. I've heard so much about you. I didn't expect to have the opportunity to see you up close. Did you do all those things? You heard it all, although I don't remember doing the things Mr. Capote accused me of. I also suspected someone else, but everything showed that I was the only one that touched Mr. Capote's things. Maybe Lamina's law really is true. In the Department of Ecology, they have a saying, anything that Lamina can screw up, Lamina will screw up. Don't rush to judgment yet. Trailblazer, do you think there's another explanation for this? Surely not. What are you doing here? I was Mr. Capote's secretary, but recently I made a few mistakes when I was running errands for him, so he sent me here to work for the curio sorting assembly line. I'm sorry. You must think I'm a joke. I have a letter for you to read. Sure, but knowing me probably won't be much help. Well, if I understand correctly, where it says an inquiry into spirit traces, it seems to be referring to the Xenohydro, a kind of curio from our department. And to be an accomplice seems to be some sort of accusation. Trailblazer, why are you asking me this? Are you investigating the escape of the Xenohydro? Maybe it's impersonating you. Huh? Did it do those things Mr. Capote is accusing me of? But why? As for the rest of the letter, please forgive my ignorance, but I really don't understand it. But we know that it's in the storage zone, and this area is only so large. Maybe we can take the initiative and make a list of possible suspects. I'm quite familiar with this place. There are 1 or 2 places I know that are inaccessible where the Xenohydro may be hiding. I can take you to have a look. Actions are better than words. If you don't mind, Trailblazer, follow me. Oh, there's a Herta over there. A wild Kadabra has appeared in chat for those who are trying to catch Pokemon. Psychic type. B tier. Recommended what? Great Ball? I think recommended Great Ball for that one. Or Cypher Ball. Cypher Ball as well. This room smells humid. Come quickly, this is secluded. I can watch the whole room from here. Well, are you sure you want to ambush it here? We can try making a trap. It's one of our standard procedures in the Department of Ecology. How do you make a trap? Tightly connect the two disposable kinetic arms. Once the prey steps within the range of the power arm, all that awaits them is doom. To make an opposable kinetic arm, we need to find many intricate parts, a strange matter of destruction, and a phase flame. Sounds like fancy material. It's okay. In the past, we could take such as we wanted from the Department of Implement Arts, but we're all short of materials, so it'd be hard to collect anything that we need so soon. Anyway, let's ambush it ourselves. We may have to wait a while, but we don't have to. We have a chat to kill the time, Trailblazer. How do you see yourself, Lavinia? Me? I'm just an ordinary researcher. Even that sounds like an exaggeration. 'Cause I only got into the space station on my sister's place. Of course, Mr. Capote doesn't know about that. My home planet is quite poor in resources. Most families can barely support one person to go on a space journey. My sister was qualified to come to the space station, but she gave me the only chance in the family and in her life. It's a pity that I'm such a failure. If my sister were here at the space station, she would be able to make a name for herself. So, how do I see myself? I can't, or dare not answer this question at all. Why do you work for Capote? You're not the first person to ask me this question. Except for his fans, many people have a bad impression of Master Capote. They think he's loud and obnoxious. But I have been with him for the longest time. I know that Mr. Capote is not a bad person by nature. He's just naturally gifted in many aspects, so he can't understand other people's difficulties sometimes. In short, he's just spoiled by fate. How can he be spoiled by fate? With his unusual, handsome appearance, his great talent for research, and his lovable, outgoing nature, everything has always worked out well for him. It's so normal for him to think the world revolves around him. Not to mention, he'd give me a job that lets me get closer to the real research work in the Department of Ecology. Although the price was to work as his secretary. That's all for now. You and Lerma wait very late. The dew has turned to frost and your belly is empty. But nothing happened. We can't wait here forever. No sign of the Xenohydro. Maybe it left long time ago. We can look for traces left by the Xenohydro in the room and use them to work out where it was last here. Time to walk around, change my mood. In the silver cabin, there are several hairs left from the Xenohydro's sparse fur. Apparently, although it is free, the Xenohydro still returns to the storage zone to sleep. You can't help but wonder if it has Stockholm Syndrome. The description of the collectible item nearby has been painted over. This is a sign of anger and frustration exhibited by the escapee. Can the Xenohydro surf the internet? You didn't expect to find such an absurd scene. There's a research data about the Xenohydro left on the screen, showing that the Xenohydro was once here, learning about itself. At the bottom of the page, there's a line of unsubmitted words. Gurgle. Nonsense. You'll never catch me. The hair is completely dry, and the date on the screen is from a long time ago. Looks like it won't be coming back. Let's keep looking elsewhere. Gotta farm materials. Kill everything in sight. Reminds me, I have some artifact experience. I wonder if there's any I can use. It is 8 hit points. Don't need these. Either. At least she'll be less difficult. She'll be more difficult to kill now, if nothing else. Uh-huh.
I just remember guessing.
Yeah.
And so when I went through that, I was like, oh shoot, is this actually going to be too little?
Oh, did you make it though?
I made it.
So how much is it total? You can tell me that. I don't mind. 2 rings?
2 rings.
Like just
so 5
one?
upgrades.
That's it? Oh wow, that's easy. Okay.
Yeah, that's 5 upgrades with no codes and
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
The hard part was not hitting the stamina.
Yeah,
the hard part was a boss fight against 5 hands.
Well, I will make sure to get a couple more hearts.
No,
but,
I did it on 4 hearts. Things
okay.
beatable.
Okay. Well, I may not want to do that.
Yeah, it telegraphs its use.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. I'm doing this now. I can't listen. I'm sorry. We'll do this one. $11,000 damage. Jesus. Darn it. I seem to have fallen for the Hydro's trap. The monster's surprise attack caused some serious injuries. Trailblazer, don't worry. I'll treat your wounds. I have a lot of medicine on me. It was originally given to Mr. Capote, but his fans are among the medical staff. He didn't want it, so he gave it to me. How's that? Are you feeling better now? Found a monster wandering around here, so I hid away. It's my fault I didn't warn you. That's why you fell for the Xenohydro's trap. Stop blaming yourself. I know. I feel like I haven't really been helping so far. The Xenohydro is still nowhere to be found, and I can't think of anywhere else. So, should we give up? It's time to re-examine the letter. On the stars, that is where the talent and intellect reside, oblivious to the world as the enemy becomes blinding. Who knew gentleness and kindness was welcomed only pain and suffering, like the risk of falling into the depths when trying to mount the sky. An inquiry into spirit traces, a glance into the site of storage, even with iron shoes worn out unearthly, one has to visit the three depths. Better off alone than to be accomplice. One day, as they turn around, a path will be lit by the radiance of the stars. Back to square one. Anyway, the useful information should be in the paragraph. An inquiry into spirit traces, a glance into the site of storage. Even with iron shoes worn out unearthly, one has to visit the three depths. Can you see anything useful? The three depths. Since worn out unearthly is a condition, then the three depths should be the second condition. Literally, it means going through the depths of 3 rooms. Why didn't you say this earlier? Well, maybe it's the unraveling of the earthly marvel that suddenly sparked my realization. Site of storage. It's somewhere in the storage zone. The 2 places we found so far both meet these conditions. Worn out unearthly. In this sentence structure, the focus should be on the object. Wait a minute. Unearthly does sound familiar. Trailblazer, do you think unearthly marvel has anything to do with it? That makes sense. I think so too. Therefore, this iron shoes worn out unearthly refers to passing through the road built by unearthly marvel. It's all coming together now. So if the letter's correct, the Xenohydro should be hiding in a place where there's unearthly marvel, but also you have to pass through 3 rooms to get there. If you still insist on continuing, I'll help to the end. This time we won't fail. This place is a bit of a maze. Pass through 3 rooms. This is like the room where we awakened, I think. I finally got you, Trailblazer, or should I call you Xenohydro? Who a go-goat has appeared in chat. My timer's not working. That's unfortunate. My timer's been broken this whole time. I haven't noticed. Well, I can fix that. There we go. Timer works now. Good thing I was on guard. As early as a few days ago, the real Trailblazer had already warned me that there was to be a Xenohydro wreaking havoc in the near future. I didn't expect you to come so soon. Let me see. I can just take care of you, bypass Mr. Capote, and hand you over to Miss Hesta, so I don't have to be a slave anymore. What are you talking about? I'm saying that after all that, the real Trailblazer and I finally caught you, Xenohydro. Another me. I finally caught you, Xenohydro. You won't get away this time. Why impersonate me? I should be asking you that. I'm Trailblazer, the official crew member of the Astral Express, waiting a walking Stellaron vessel. The invincible conqueror of the Antimatter Legion, the infamous rising star of the galaxy. Who do you think you are, impersonating me, Xenohydro? Aren't you using my face to take advantage of my reputation so you can conduct scams in the space station? You're the Xenohydro. I don't think so. You see, we both have 2 eyes and a mouth. We sound the same, act exactly the same way. Since there's no 4th person present, whoever Lamia thinks is the Xenohydro is the Xenohydro. People in the space station will believe me. Believe? What a joke. Not even Lamia believes you right now, let alone the others. I warned her earlier that someone might pretend to be me to get close to her. Do you have any proof that you're not the Xenohydro? She and I are partners. Yeah, well, let's see what the third-party witness says. Lamia, it's your call. Lamia, why aren't you saying anything? Did you suddenly find your conscience? You want to back out? I have a baseball bat. Baseball bat? What's that? Can you use it to prove your identity? Or is that the one of a kind in this universe? It's an artifact. I get it. You're the Stellaron vessel. Fine. But if even you have this bad boy, hey, it's like those things with the scripts in the space station before. It's pretty cool. I can bash you into a pulp. That kind of violent thug that you are. Hey, you don't want to ruin this pretty face, do you? I advise you to lay down your arms and hand yourself over. Life in the storage zone is not so bad. Last time Mr. Wingy almost went in. You two may keep each other company in the future. You just got yourself exposed. So what? Trailblazer, I don't think you really understand the situation. What's the situation? For crying out loud. What, are you too serious? Do I have to spell it out for you? I had long guessed that someone would come to investigate my whereabouts, so Lamia, I decided to lure the investigator here, kill them, and then hand them in as the Xenomorph. Then we'll finally be free. But I didn't expect you to come. Lamia was soft. She wanted to give you a chance, and so we changed the plan from elimination to persuasion. Now, if you want to leave this place, you only have 2 choices. Either obey and go to the storage zone in place of me, or die and go to the storage place instead of me. Why did Lamia help you? Jeez, is that really what you're worried about? At a time like this, you know what? As your opponent, I feel insulted. I'm gonna teach you a lesson. Or not. Or I'm gonna teach you a lesson, but that's okay. Shields up. Alright, what does he have for me? The cup. Oh. Sliver.
即戦即決でいくあんたの番だよ落ち着いてしつこい
Such an annoying attack. I think I have her shielded. Break and over. Poof, you're gone. Got some good stuff. And now it's imitating Lamnia. It seems you and I are destined to go down together. Sorry, Trailblazer. I'm the accomplice to collusion with the Xenohydro. I'm willing to accept my punishment. But what on earth is going on? You know me. You know what kind of person Limnia is. No talent, no achievements. I can barely prove my value by doing the most trivial jobs. Working on the assembly line all my life, it's fine for me. How can I face my family? They've sacrificed everything for me so I can come here. Do I repay them by becoming a cleaner? I can't. I'm not shameless enough to do that. Capote was my first springboard to success. The only springboard. Although I had to rely on him, it's still a decent job in the Department of Ecology. I once thought if I just served him well, I could at least get a chance to succeed. Hard work always pays off, right? Until the Xenohydro impersonated me to prank Capote and made a mockery of him. It's like a mirror. It showed me my pitiful appearance, so humble, so weak, so powerless. It also taught me a valuable lesson. Even Lamnia can liberate herself from the constraints of others and live like a person. For the first time, I found I was willing to trade my mediocre future for a free and unrestrained life. So I let it all happen. Until the rumor that someone in the staff harbored the Xenohydro became widespread. They called severe punishment for those who did not report the relevant information. That's when I realized that my personal wishes were not important. I can just be a low-level researcher, but I can't let the space station drive me out. I can't ruin my family's last bit of expectation for me. When I heard that someone began investigating the Xenohydro and its accomplice, I made up my mind to eradicate my opponent and protect myself. Finally, I decided to be brave for once, but I didn't expect to be hampered by the bond between us. If only if it was someone else who came here. I can understand why you did it. Thank you, Trailblazer. I'm not saying this to get your forgiveness. I was just talking to you as a friend, getting things off my chest. You said a lot of things that are unlike the Lamnia I know. Maybe it's because I suppress myself too hard. I'm always focusing on other people's needs and forgotten to look inside myself. If I could see myself in other people's eyes earlier, my life might have been different. If it wasn't for the Xenohydro, then there was the letter. I had already figured that the accomplice in that letter was referring to me. It's just that I didn't really have the courage to face it. The paths will be lit by the radiance of the stars. Better off alone than to be an accomplice. One day, as they turn around, a path paths will be lit by the radiance of the stars. I completely ignored these words earlier. Is this letter meant to persuade me? So from the beginning, the informant tried to persuade me to give up my conspiracy with the Xenohydro and live my life independently. In other words, independence does not only mean leaving the Xenohydro, but also Capote and my weaknesses. Now I understand, although this realization has come a little too late. I can let you both free. Really? Thank you, Trailblazer. I'll keep a closer eye on the Xenohydro and stop him from endangering the space station. I'll also prove to you that I've really changed because of this experience. Xenohydro is a sentient being. I don't have, I personally don't feel like the Xenohydro should be confined. Just because you're a shapeshifter doesn't mean you deserve to be imprisoned. That's bullshit. So let them go free. That's what I say. You're back. Did you conclude the matter? Sorry, couldn't catch them. Well, don't worry. The Xenohydro is of secondary importance. Is that Lamia standing with Capote over here? You fraud! You trampled on our sincerity! Oh, Master Capote, he used to be so perfect, and now he's just another deceitful celebrity. Master Capote, I can't believe you ate mayonnaise. That's disgusting. Give me back the gifts I gave you. Lamia, why did you invite all these people? I didn't invite them here. I just told them the fact that I was the one who replied to all your fans. Everybody calm down. Let me explain later. Lamia, you don't want the benefits I gave you at all anymore, do you? That's right. I don't want any of it. From now on, I won't help you cook, wash your clothes and shoes, write your letters, or be your puppet. Get it? If you want to find me, remember to ask for Mr. Secretary, Mr. Non-Existent for a number. Trailblazer, what do you think of this? You seem to know the backstory. I thought I was careful, but you still noticed. Oops. Like the risk of falling into the depths when trying to mount the sky. I didn't use any rhymes or enough alliteration for this line. Still not good enough. Well, actually, the cryptologist is none other than yours truly. This letter took me more than 10 days to write. I even had to ask Mr. Wen for advice. It wasn't easy. After I wrote it, I couldn't find the right person to get it delivered. Unfortunately, the Xenohydro is just a prankster. There's no rush to retrieve it. Then you appeared, Trailblazer, and you turned out to be the best candidate. So I came up with the idea to let you and Lamia share in some experiences together. Let's see where it takes you. Ooh, we've got a Minicino in chat for those who need a Minicino. But I know you should also understand that Lamia is actually a kind-hearted girl. She deserves another chance. You're so very kind. Well, now that my objective has been achieved, I announce the Xenohydro case is officially over. Here's your reward. Thanks for all your help. Please come back to the PlayStation and more in the future. Don't forget, there are a lot of people who've received your help here, and many traces of your hard work throughout the place. Yay. Oh, to see what's going on down here. Yep. But first, Peppy. Woof, 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 woof. The puppy looks up at you with a certain anticipation in his eye. Play the Peppy. Peppy looks in good spirits. This is a good opportunity to build a closer representation with it. Pat its head. Woof, 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 woof. Rubbing its fluffy plate with your palms, you can feel the sensation of its tail wagging quickly now. Peppy looks in good spirits. This is an opportunity to build a closer relationship with it. Touch its paws. Woof, woof, woof. You place its soft little palms in the palms of your hands. Its warm palm pads are really squishy. Peppy looks in good spirits. It's an opportunity to build a closer relationship with it. Scratch its belly. Woof. Seems like it doesn't want to expose its belly in public. Never thought you'd find a dog that puts up a facade. Okay. Right, don't play with it. Seems pretty tired. Let's stop here for today. Woof, woof. Sorry, everybody. Don't listen to that woman. Let's not gather here. We don't want to disturb the researchers and attracting unnecessary attention from security. Everyone in the space station knows that Linnea is your most trusted secretary. What she said must be true. Amy is the Lydia leader of our fan club to some extent. Even she has left you. Maybe you're not really worth it. Forget it. There's no point in staying here any longer. Can we get our hearts back? Can we get our laughter and our tears? Can we get back our hopes and dreams? I think we should go back and let our hearts heal. Miss Researcher's right. Please go back for now. And her name is, oh, see? He doesn't even know our names. So, what's your name? Why don't we find a place to drink Calicopo later? I need to vent. Okay. I'm afraid I won't be able to stop my tears soon as I start to speak. My ladies, listen to me. Please, just go now. Well, send you off a letter of condolence later to mend your hearts. Don't worry. It'll be written by myself personally. Ugh, who wants that? It'll take me forever just to deal with your previous ghostwriter letters. Oh, fine. Just give me one. It'll complete the collection. Hey, everybody. Nothing to see here. Let's bounce. I don't know why Lamia threw that tantrum all of a sudden. It must be an accomplice or someone behind the scenes. Alas, I don't have time to think about it. I still have a lot of consolation rings that I just directed. Dude, that was great. Oh, you get to keep the letter too.